Hi, everyone. I have another amazing author here to present her book. And this book is not only funny but it's hugely educational and it's for everyone that has a voice. So, welcome, Sally. We have the amazing Voiceprint. Welcome.
Yes, thank you, Susan.
It's so exciting when we've got a book that really is for everyone. So even though most people might think a book like Voiceprint is that for speakers and trainers, it's for everyone. And we're going to discuss why that's so. And it's really about, you know, how to leave a lasting impression every time you speak. And we all speak, right? So this book is really going to help so many people. But first of all, Sally, you've been in the media. You've been using the power of your voice and great communication skills for such a long time. As a voice coach, what prompted you to write Voiceprint and how can it really help readers? As I said, it's not just about speakers. Obviously, every speaker needs to get this book. I've learned so much already. But how can people benefit from this book to on their quest sort of for better communication in life, in business, in everywhere?
Oh, thank you, Susan. Absolutely. I have done so much speaking in my career and have really seen how it has helped me, not just doing news reports or speaking on a microphone, but in relationships in the background. And as you say, in my business, I do work with lots of people who want to be speakers. And I wanted to write a book to show that you don't need to be a professional speaker or even have aspirations to be a professional speaker to be able to really harness that power of your voice, because all of us have one. And the more people I talk to, in moments of big change in their lives, in moments of courage, in moments of new jobs, new houses, renovations, breakups, all the things that make us human and the human experience, using your voice has been part of that. So I really see it as a core human technology that all of us have. And I wrote the book to help make more people aware of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we think about our thumbprint and we think that's unique and no one else has got our thumbprint, but we don't look to see that no one actually has our voice print. I thought that was so interesting that we all have our own unique voice. And this book is funny, I can tell you. I know that when I was reading it, my husband's like, "What are you laughing at? Aren't you reading a book about your voice and community?" No, this book is great. And how do we learn? We learn when we're having fun. We learn when we're relating it to a story, and you do that so well. I'm not going to give away all the secrets because there's some damn funny. And what I love about you is you allow us to laugh with you, even in some of those awkward moments. And I know that you discuss a FMV moment. Can you share a little bit about that one and what it means and like why it matters?
Yeah, and I'm glad you found it funny. I find in that professional development, personal development genre, sometimes it can be a little bit preachy, like, oh, I know best. And I've definitely lived and breathed this stuff for my life. So I've got a lot of knowledge to share. And you can't take yourself too seriously. You can't take speaking too seriously. You've got to enjoy it. And I'm glad that you picked up that idea that we're all in this together. Because when it comes to voice, we really are. And often my clients are telling me about their like FML moments when it comes to their voice. The times that something went terribly wrong, when they completely flopped, when they never wanted to speak again, when somebody judged them or yelled at them or something bad happened. And so I wanted to flip that on its head with the FMV moment. And I'm not going to reveal what it means here. I'll just say that the V is for voice, but you can work out what the F and the M are. And what it does is it points to a time when your voice was there for you. It points to the positive, not the negative. And if we can think more about times in our lives when our voice was there for us and we did speak up and we did have that courage, then we'll be more likely to find it again rather than dwell on all those times when we felt that it wasn't there for us.
I absolutely love that because you know that, what we focus on, we get more of. So
Yeah,
why focus
exactly.
on the negative? We're focusing on where it served us. And I think that's a really good spin that I've not looked at before, which is really great. Like I said, there's lots of aha moments in this book. Now, you mentioned to me at the author retreat, you've always wanted to write a book, and now you have. And we're going to be launching this out into the world. So, as this is being launched, which is really exciting. But what did you find surprising or challenging around and writing your book, and what was the most fun?
I enjoyed the whole process. I really did. I look back on it and yes, there was some late nights and there was times when I was rereading sentences again and again, but I really enjoyed every single part of the book writing process. As you say, I did want to write this book for a long time, but it wasn't until this year that everything came together with clarity and I knew how I wanted to structure it and I knew the stories I wanted to put in it. And writing the book became a decision. I think that's the biggest takeaway is that almost you would hear this all the time. A lot of people say, "Oh, I want to write a book." Do it. Decide to do it. Sit down and write it. And working with Dean was so great because you had that clear pathway. Right, you do this, then it's getting edited. You meet this person, you're getting the cover. Then you're choosing the paper. Then you're choosing the formatting. Then you're doing this. And it really kept you on track with what you had to do next, all leading to this moment, which is the book being released, which also isn't the end, is it? It's just another part of the process.
It definitely is. And what I love about what you did is you've taken the book seriously because this will impact people's lives. And so what you've done is gone and done a lot of the pre-marketing before, which is obviously really important because people have got to get to know about this book and we need to hear about it a few times before we go out and buy it. And I think that's been really exciting. I've done many speaking courses and some people think, well, what am I going to learn? If you're a speaker, there's so many great exercises in there that I tried that was really good fun and really
Yeah.
looked at it differently. It was great. And so you really put a lot of story in here, and there's some funny ones and some revealing ones that you've shared with us. But that's made it interesting read. But then the exercises have really helped people, whether you're a speaker, whether you're in a leadership position, whether you're just wanting to speak up at home, there's something there for everybody. And I love that you've brought that in, all of your expertise into that. Did it take you long to sort of, you've obviously got all this experience, but can you speak a little bit to the people listening out there that, yes, it's for speakers, but also that little element of speaking up and how when you don't speak up, how that might affect your voice and your body?
Yeah, absolutely. So in the introduction, I say, perhaps you want to communicate more effectively for everyday life, wrangling renovations, negotiating big purchases, answering phone calls, or simply upping the quality of your pillow talk. So it's for all of those different areas. And as you say, there's lots of exercises in here. I am 7 years into this business and have been teaching this since I've been a teenager. And I share that in the book since I was 16 years old in the front room of my parents' house. So it's all been tried and tested and validated. It seems crazy, but it really does work. And I'm glad that you did them, Susan, because lots of people have shared that when they were reading the book, they found themselves subconsciously doing the exercises along the way, which is a really good sign. Your voice,
Yeah.
the thing I would add is there is a big difference between speaking with confidence and speaking your truth. And I share that story for me in that book. I was reporting on news for national television. I'd done speech and drama teaching. By all accounts, was a confident speaker, and I had a experience which I share in the book, which really brought home that's not really what using your voice is about. And this is the difference with this book is it's not just about the projection and the gestures and what you need to do. It's so much deeper than that. It's about your voice as part of who you are. When we get to the end of our lives, often what we're thinking about is not, oh, I really nailed that PowerPoint presentation in that job 20 years ago. We're thinking about, did we say what we wanted to say to the people we love? Did we set boundaries? Did we stand up for ourselves? Did we stand up for the people we love? And that's what using your voice is really about. It's in those moments that really matter. And I share the story in the book about the biggest speaking gig of my career, and it had nothing to do with my business.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. And it's so full of, honestly, it's jam packed. You've done an amazing job and we love working with you. It's jam packed with exercises, stories, ways to really lift and take hold of your own voice print, which I absolutely love. Now, you've obviously gone on and done some amazing cards. We've got an audio book. There's so much here that you've got that goes through and helps people to really hone in on their voice print and their voice print codes, the box set that we've got here, and there's an audio book. So I love that no matter, where you're going with this, you've got so much there to really help people to learn and to understand our voice print more. Now, you officially launch across all bookstores, so people can go in and grab their book from a bookstore. If the bookstore doesn't have it, tell them to get it in. So it's going to be across your Dimmicks, your QBDs, all of your bookstores. Get out there and grab a copy. Basically, you also have a Bookzilla launch December the 7th. That's going to be crazy. Have we sold out of tickets on that, or is there still some available?
Oh, I'm being a bit like an airline and we're overselling.
Oh, okay. So that's a good thing.
Because look, if you do want to come, please get in touch. I haven't got the heart, Susan, to turn people away who want to really be there to celebrate this amazing book launch. And I'm glad that you mentioned the audio book as well, because when I was writing this, it's a book about voice, there was a few times when I'm like, how am I going to describe this in the written form without a demonstration? And so in the audiobook, being able to demonstrate what I'm talking about means it makes so much more sense. And I would recommend buying the book and the audiobook and reading along while you're listening to me doing the exercises, unless you're driving, of course. And then the car is a fantastic place to do voice exercises, even if you get weird looks at the traffic lights.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people do that. It helps it really embody it when you're reading it and you're listening. And they are two different forms to really have you process it. So absolutely. And you did something that no other author has actually done. And you took your book on an overseas adventure in your pre-launch trip. Tell us about that pre-launch marketing that you did that I said I absolutely loved. We've loved watching you. But tell us about that side of it to get the interest. And yeah, like that was incredible what you did.
So I wasn't expecting the book to arrive, and it arrived 2 days before flying out. So I thought it's definitely coming with me to the Swedish Ice Hotel and the top of the Reichstag in Berlin. And it stuck out the top of my little bag all the way along. So it was very exciting. And my litmus test has been if I ask anyone in my audience, I suppose, what the name of my book is, and they can't say voice print within 3 seconds, I haven't marketed hard enough. And so I've just kept going and going because I've found even people who are really close to me are not that quick. So I'm like, I still need to keep talking about it. The second part of it is I wanted to have fun with it. I didn't want the marketing to feel like a drag. And I've spoken to other authors as well, and they kind of feel like that. They feel like, oh, I enjoyed writing the book, but I have to market, I have to go on social media, or do I have to do this? And it's like, no, make it fun. So I've done lip syncing and transitions and all the things that I enjoy doing on social media to make it an enjoyable process, whether you buy the book or not. But of course you will, because it's a fantastic read. But it was like, it's not the drag to the sales, because of course, if you're not having fun on social media and you're not having fun in your marketing, then that's going to translate. And I really want people to feel the essence of me and the essence of the book, which, as you said, is a bit of a laugh. People are going to be like, I thought this was educational, but I do have a fair few jokes in there.
So we've had this book go on holiday. We definitely need to grab this book, wanting you to find out more about your voice print. I know I have. I know it's helped me already define so many things. Like you said, it's not just about the gesture and where you stand on the stage and all of that. There's so much more to this book. And even to the point where you get to look at your why and you get to create your own phrase for your business. And I'm going to share mine later on social for everyone from the exercises that I've done.
Your reason to speak. I love that. Yes.
I've done my reason to speak, and I'm going to be sharing that on socials so people can see what even one little bit that I've got out of this book that is really going to help transform the way that I get more confident in using my voice print. Because you talk even in the book about when we are being courageous. It's like I say to people, when you're being courageous and you're getting your book out into the world, it can be scary. Who's going to read it and what are they going to say? And what I love is that you even cover some of that in the book about when having that confidence. But that exercise really gives the person the clarity on what their voice can do for themselves and can do for others, which I love.
Yeah, the whole first part of the book, you're not even doing the voice exercises. Like all the first part is that inner voice, because it's the inner voice that's driving our physical voice. And that's the most important part to look at, which is why voice work is the most powerful personal development transformational work you can do.
I love that. I'm going to leave on that really high note because it really highlights that this book is so much more than what we think as our voice print. It is so much more. So grab yourself a copy, get out there. It's in bookstores now. How exciting. And thank you so much for entrusting your amazing book to us. And we can't wait to help you get that out into the world.
Oh, thank you so much. Absolutely couldn't have done it without you, Susan, and your team. I've been absolutely thrilled. The cards look gorgeous, the book looks gorgeous, and it's been a fantastic experience.
Thanks so much. Bye for now.